Hi everybody, my name is Kristen Cundiff and I'm going to be teaching 7th grade language arts this year. Now before you start worrying about getting all of this information written down, don't worry, there is going to be a list over on RenWeb that has all of this written out for you just in case you need to refer back to it during the year or read over it more at your leisure instead of when everything's so busy right at the beginning of the year. But let me tell you this, if you do one thing, only 5 words, if you do this one thing, then you're going to be just absolutely fine in my classroom. What's that one thing? Read your assignment sheet carefully. On that assignment sheet, I'm going to tell you the assignment. I'm going to tell you what to turn in, what to keep, what to bring to class, how much things are worth, how to grade things, what's coming up, all you need to know. So on that assignment sheet, that is the major form of communication between you and me. If you follow that assignment sheet, you're going to be absolutely fine. Now, I like to keep things organized in class, and we start that off at the very beginning of the year with our notebook. So in your notebook, you need to have 3 sections for me. The first one is the interactive section, the second one is vocabulary, and the third is literature. And those will be our 3 major parts of class. The interaction section we do toward the beginning of the year when we're reviewing literary terms and functions of stories and genres and all of that kind of thing. The vocabulary we do every single day in class, and you'll do it every single day at home. And then we'll do literature together throughout the year. Let's talk about vocabulary first. You need to bring your vocabulary book to class every day. Sometimes we'll do things in the book together. Sometimes we'll do exercises with partners. Sometimes we'll play a game. But you need to bring your vocabulary book with you every day to class. Do not tear out sheets from your vocabulary book. We keep it all together, and that way the book stays together better. You don't lose pages. And the reason you don't want to lose pages is because every so often I will take up your vocabulary books and I'll give them to our assistant, and I will let her go through and just spot check different pages. Now, if you've read your assignment sheet, you've completed the pages I've asked, your mom has initialed them, and then you're done. You're ready. You've got 100 for your vocabulary grade. So that will happen every so often through the year. That's vocabulary. We'll have a quiz after every 3rd lesson. And then after every 5th lesson, we'll have a test over that unit. So usually quizzes are online. Tests vary. Sometimes online, sometimes they're in class. But so we'll have pretty regular vocabulary quizzes, and I'll explain how I'm going to do those. And after every unit, we'll have a vocabulary test. All right, literature. This is my very favorite. Like I said, during the first 9 weeks, we'll be doing some interactive reading activities. So we'll be talking about literary terms and topics and how they apply in short stories. We'll do some things with Disney shorts because I think that's a fun way to apply what we've learned. And then we'll use the textbook mainly in the first 9 weeks of class. After that, we have about a novel every 9 weeks. The first novel we'll read is Island of the Blue Dolphins. And then we'll go from Island of the Blue Dolphins to Where the Red Fern Grows, and then end with A Wrinkle in Time. All of those are really, really good novels. How I handle my novels is I send you home a novel study guide at the very beginning of the unit. That stays in your notebook under literature for the entire time we're studying that. You will be given assignments of do this section, and your mom will initial as you go along. If you keep up, you're going to be absolutely fine. Those will be spot checked as well to just make sure that you're understanding what you need to understand and that you are completing the assignments. What I want you to do, please, is to answer your questions in complete, thoughtful answers. If the question is, why did she not want to go for ice cream? I don't want to say, I don't want the answer to be she didn't like it. I want you to say, she didn't like ice cream because it reminded her of her grandfather who had recently passed away. I want you to tell me why. Give me good answers. And what happens is when you give me a good answer like that in class, when we're talking about it, somebody's going to go, oh, yeah. And they're going to build off your answer. And then we're going to learn from each other that way better than if you just said she didn't like it. And that's not going to go very far in a discussion. So, comprehension questions and chapter summaries, all of those kind of things, I want you to give me your best complete answers. We're probably not going to go over comprehension questions in class because I'm going to assume that you know what happened in the chapter. Now, how am I going to do that? I'm going to give you reading quizzes. You need to be prepared every time you walk into class and you've had a reading assignment. You need to be prepared for a reading quiz. Now, these count as the smallest percentage of your grade, so these are nothing to get upset, stressed about, or worry about. I just want to know that you've read your assigned reading. One thing to caution you about, some of these books you'll want to take off and read faster than what we are in class. Normally, I would say, yes, go read, but what happens is you may know something ahead of time that other people don't know, and then you're going to get confused on the reading quiz. So just keep up with us, read along as we are reading, hold back, and you'll eventually get to finish reading that novel, I promise. Okay, supplies for class. You just need your binder with those 3 sections. You need to have some paper. You need a pen or a pencil, a highlighter. You're going to need, at the beginning of the year, glue, colored pencils, scissors. And I know you're going to use those over with Miss Fowler, so we can share that. That's no big deal. And don't forget your device, because we'll be using your device often in class as well. Your assignment sheets, most of the time, are going to be posted Friday afternoon, Friday night, and it will cover the entire next week's assignments. Very rarely do I have to change the assignment during the week. After we've met on Tuesday, we may have gone further than I expected, or we might not have gotten as far as I expected. If I have to adjust the assignment sheet, I will email you and your mom and let you know that an assignment adjustment has been made. So you need to make sure that you're checking emails and you stay current with what I'm sending you. When I send an email, I'm assuming you got it. And that way we are all together. I need you to make sure that if your mom gets your emails, that you are talking to your mom and you get those emails so that you know what's going to be going on in class. All right, I think that's it. We are going to have a great year. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I hope you have a great rest of the summer. I'll see you at orientation. Bye.